Oh, hey guys, I didn't see you there. What was that? Bianca! Make sure to subscribe and join the family! Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is one that wasn't necessarily ever requested, but I definitely get a lot of questions about my customs and my create your own and just all the dolls in general that I have that are not stock dolls. And I just figured I'd make a whole video about it, just talking about how I personally create my custom dolls, because I do know it's a struggle and I know there are a lot of things people don't think about, and also just cute little ways you can tweak your dolls that are still custom but don't necessarily come with all the territory of like altering them a lot. And I know that's scary for a lot of people to completely alter their dolls, and I totally understand that. So I want to give you guys some options, and I also want to tell you guys just some things that I do when I personally customize my dolls, or just where I get custom dolls and all that stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Join the family. We just hit a really fun milestone, but I'm not going to talk about it or really like go into it today because I've already got something planned out for my Halloween stop motion about that milestone. And if I talk about it now, I'll ruin the whole thing I already made. So you know what, we'll just ignore it, avoid it. But as always, if you want to subscribe, please feel free. We've got so many fun videos coming up, and I've actually been hiding 3 dolls from you guys. It's been crazy not putting them on camera. It's been such a struggle because I keep thinking I have used all of these dolls so much, I just want to throw these new ones in front of the camera, and I have to like hold myself back because I have a whole vlog about it and I have opening videos, and it's just a whole thing. So hopefully that'll happen soon. I hope you guys enjoy seeing Koa, one of my more recent customs, my mini-me of course. I am going to be creating a new mini-me because Koa isn't quite my mini-me. She doesn't have the right skin tone and her eyes aren't quite the right color and her hair's not quite right, but I do love Koa, so I'm not gonna mess with her. I'm keeping her the way she is and just gonna make a new one. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you have any further questions, please leave them in the comments down below, and let's get started. So right here we have the basic customization we're going to be talking about first. The reason why I chose these two for this part is because they are very simple but still completely altered. Now this is the kind of customization I recommend for anybody who's brave but not so brave they want to put paint on any doll. This is definitely the customization you want to go for. Basically it's just swapping the wig and giving them new eyes. That is the kind of custom we're talking about here. It's the basic custom that I started out doing when I started customizing dolls, and it's definitely the safer route of all of them other than just swapping the eyes or the wig. We'll get into that as well, but this is just the basic, simple, both things are swapped. Definitely a great thing to do. The key I want to say with these is that if you swap any part of them, to make sure there's a focal point. And something that I've seen so often in just custom dolls in general are the features not matching up in colors, and it just makes the doll look very strange. So as you can see, I have Miss Salem here who has bright green eyes and blonde hair, and you'll notice that the main thing you see with her is the green eyes, and then your eyes drift to the blonde hair and the eyebrows and all that stuff, but your eyes go to a focal point, which is so important with dolls to make it look balanced, because if every feature they have is very obnoxious and in your face and just there, you won't know where to look, and sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. So definitely, if you're just starting out, start with something simple and pick one feature to really focus in on. With Luxor, on the other hand, I definitely focused more on darkening her eyebrows, so her face has some darker features, but it's still cute and petite and simple. So always pick something to really draw your eye to, and leave everything else kind of simple but still really cute, obviously, but we'll get into that a little bit more with other ones. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is when you swap only one feature on the doll. So on the right you'll see Kita. She's a Truly number 30, and she has blue eyes instead of brown. So while it doesn't seem like a huge difference, it really does make a big difference. You can tell her eyes, when it's in contrast with her hair, is really dramatic, and you notice it right away. So don't think that just because you're only switching one feature on their face that it won't make a huge difference, because 9 times out of 10 it's going to dramatically change the appearance of your doll, and it can really make you like them a lot more than you already do. The only thing I want to say about eyes is that if you do choose to use, say you take a Blair doll and you want to use her eyes in a Marisol doll, Marisol has dramatically darker skin than Blair, so you'll notice that the eyelids will be the wrong color for the skin. But if you really care, you can obviously paint them, or if you don't want to bother with that, just find a set of eyes that actually match the skin tone to use with your doll. That's what I recommend for that. As far as the doll on the left, this is a Grace doll, and at first appearance you might not even realize what's different about her. She has darker lips than regular Grace, and she also has gloss on her lips. So this is something I do sometimes when I'm just not quite happy with the doll, or I got the doll used and she's just not quite in the right condition. Sometimes the lips will be chipped or something will just be wrong, or the lip color is too faded, and I'll definitely add some darkness to it and put some gloss over the top, and it can definitely fix your doll and make or break having to send them into the hospital or even you liking the doll or not. So don't overlook these small changes that could really make a huge difference in the appearance of your custom. So next up we have the route of just not even making your own custom and ordering one or buying one off of somebody else. So the doll on the left is obviously Coven, my create your own that everyone is obsessed with, which I understand. People ask me all the time how I came up with her design, and all I can say is just be creative. Look at your collection, see what you're lacking, see what you need, and create that doll based on that. And obviously, don't make it too similar to a doll that's already available, because at that point, why would you want to spend $200? But basically, just be very creative, figure out what you want. Create your own is a great option if you are too nervous to create your own as far as customization, not create your own as far as their dolls. But just be very creative with that doll. And if you're too scared or too nervous to do it yourself, definitely this is an awesome option. I am obsessed with Coven, and so is everybody else. So don't overlook that option from American Girl, because it's awesome. And on the right, I have a doll that I actually purchased off of someone that someone else created, which is never a bad thing either. If you want to get a doll that someone else created, they do customizations. I actually have a custom that I'm going to be selling, so it's never really bad to get someone else's custom if you don't feel confident in yourself and you like someone else's work, because at the end of the day, it is artwork. And if you appreciate someone's artwork, it's great to have it in your collection. Bianca here is one of the cutest dolls I've ever seen, and she's definitely a doll that I wouldn't have made on my own, just because I'm not super into like heavy makeup and I can't quite do it in a way that doesn't look overdone. So I really do appreciate other people's work, and if you do appreciate other customs, it's always a great option to buy from somebody who has mastered their craft. So the last kind of custom I'll be showing you today is the full-on custom that you can make yourself. So this doll includes makeup, it includes eye swap, it includes new hair, it includes everything. And you can see that with both of these dolls, they're very dramatic, there's a lot going on. The tip I want to give you guys if you're going to try to do this kind of custom and this kind of doll is definitely, if you're going to be doing this to a classic face mold, keep it minimal. I have noticed that a lot of times if somebody tries to customize a classic face mold, it just looks unbalanced and really weird, because if the makeup is too heavy and the eyes, their eyes are not quite as defined as other kind of face molds. So sometimes this doll will look a little bit too overdone, especially if you add too much makeup or you don't do the lips right and stuff, and there's not quite as many like guidelines to follow with these dolls. With other molds, you'll see they have kind of creases above their eyes, or they have kind of indents or places to kind of guide you, but the classic mold does not. So if you do anything more than what I did here with Cat / Amara / the doll with red hair, definitely look into a different kind of face mold. But if you're keeping minimum like I did with this doll, definitely a great option. This doll will be for sale as part of my winter release, so if you do like the red haired doll in the back, stay tuned because I will be selling her. But just remember, if you're going to be doing this with your dolls, just keep that balance, keep that in mind. If you'll notice, the dark eyebrows on Mini Koa are very cute because they are darker than her hair. I always recommend that if you are going to be making a custom, to always have the eyebrows darker than your hair, because if you do it lighter, it just looks weird, it never matches up. Never take a blonde doll and put a black wig on her. If you don't change her eyebrow color, I promise it will just look odd. Alright, well that is all I have for you guys for today. If you have any further questions about customs, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Today's question of the day comes from Sugar and Slimes, and they asked, what is my favorite name for a doll? So my favorite name for a doll that I currently have at the moment has got to be Coven. The reason why is because Coven is not a name. I have no idea how I came up with it. I remember sitting there not knowing what to name my new Create Your Own, and it just popping into my head and being like, wait, that's not real, and then realizing actually I love it, and the more I said it, the more I loved it, and now it is a name that I use, and I think it's one of the greatest names I've ever come up with. So I enjoy her name. I also like Rome and Cairo and, you know, Phoenix and all of those kind of like mythical, like ancient kind of names, but Coven has got to be my favorite at the moment. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, as always, make sure to like and subscribe, join the family, turn on your post notifications, and I will see you guys all in the next one. And soon, hopefully on Saturday, I will be releasing my Halloween stop motion. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!